Do you think it's impolite to ask someone what race they are? I personally believe that it is somewhat impolite to ask someone their race. I think you should at least know a person before you ask someone a question like that. Like a person should not. That should not be one of the first words out of a person's mouth when you meet them. Like, what race are you? Or a question about your race. It just, you know, it just comes off as it's odd. Like, why would you ask someone that question? Well, unfortunately, I have an idea why you would ask somebody that question, besides just wanting to know their race. But another day, another time. And as well, if you do ask somebody that question, I think you should at least use some tact with it and like be tactful about it. Um, you know, try not to offend people when you ask somebody that type of question. I mean, ultimately, it's not really a big deal. As long as you know the person, I guess. Again, I think you should know the person fairly well before you ask somebody that type of a question. Um, it just seems a bit personal. And, it's not for everybody to know. But, to sum it up, ultimately, if the question is asked before you get to know a person, then I say it's impolite. You shouldn't ask a question like that. But if you know a person and you guys are comfortable with each other and are at a certain level in your friendship or whatever type of relationship it is, then you, I guess you can ask the question. But again, just think about why are you asking this question. Maybe this is a good time to see what type of, I guess, racial prejudice just are inside of you, and maybe you can just examine those prejudice ideas, and maybe find out if they are prejudice ideas first, and if they are, try to overcome them. You know, it's a great world, and you can miss out on a lot if you have a narrow mind. But this does remind me of that Seinfeld episode where Elaine was dating this guy, and then Jerry said that, you know, she didn't like she was dating a black guy, but then she was like he's black, and then George was like, I think he might be mixed or something, and then it was just this whole thing about Elaine trying to find out what was the race of her boyfriend, and I think it got to a point where it kind of just slipped out. They were at that coffee shop they're always at, and they were eating, and she was talking with the waitress who happened to be black, and she was like calling her sister because she thinks she's dating a black guy or something like that. And then she the guy winds up walking in and hearing her as she's talking with the waitress saying that she's dating a black guy, and then he's like, "I'm black," and he's like, "Aren't you?" And he's like, "No," and then he thought that Elaine was like Hispanic or Latina um, because of her hair and the way she looked. Um, which I think is kind of understandable. I do kind of get that look, but I think she identifies herself as like white slash Jewish. But again, I know I'm a bit off subject, but I just thought that this episode of Seinfeld was kind of funny. They said they wanted to do a race episode with Elaine at one point or another. They were going to do one with her going to Harlem and getting lost in Harlem, but they couldn't get it right, like get the pacing of the story right or something with it, where I guess it didn't come off as offensive, so they went about it in another way with this episode. And I thought that was kind of cool and funny. That's just my 2 cents about it. Give me your comments.